Holy shit. Hello and welcome to the Collapse Experiment. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe, which you guys have been completely surprising me because the numbers keep going up. There's that time where it was like up, down, it was this roller coaster ride, but no, you guys are sticking with me. I appreciate that. On to the article. 3 Daily Habits That Keep Holding 90% of Us Back in Life by Angel Chernoff. If it keeps you busy but will hold you back someday, it's a distraction. Don't settle. Okay, there's a big difference between empty fatigue and gratifying exhaustion. Life is too short not to focus more on what matters most. And this is annoying. It started 3 sentences in, and the third one starts with and. And life is definitely too short for habits and routines that keep you stuck in a cycle of feeling like you're a day late and $1 short. Before I go on, it is okay to have what is referred to as run-on sentences. We have these brains that are complex and can understand complex ideas and things, and for some reason, they try to simplify everything down to the lowest common denominator to the point where shit just doesn't make sense. Moving on. So today, let's discuss 3 incredible common patterns of behavior that keep the majority of us stuck in that cycle day after day. Number 1, we keep trying to overcome the odds in an unsupportive environment. Not just myself, but I know several people that have gone through this shit. Let's see what they have to say. No matter how strong we are, no matter how much determination and willpower we have, if you keep yourself positioned in an environment that works against your best intentions, you will eventually succumb to that environment. I have known too many people that have gone through that. This is where so many of us make life-altering missteps. When we find ourselves struggling to make progress in an unhealthy environment, we somehow believe that we have no other choice, that positioning ourselves in a more supportive environment, even for short intervals, is impossible. No, it's not. I mean, it could be moving, it could be cutting off relationships, it could be a whole lot of things. So rather than working in a supportive environment that pushes us forward, we expend all of our energy trying to pull the baggage of an unhealthy environment along with us. And eventually, despite our best efforts, we run out of energy. Okay, the last part, again, the final sentence started with and, where there should have been a comma. Who is writing the... Okay, they have editors for these websites. I don't understand where this is coming from. It's not even a complete sentence at the end. Ugh. The key thing to remember here is that as a human being, your environment immensely affects you. And consequently, one of the best uses of your energy... Guess what happened there and there? Guess. One of the best uses of your energy is to consciously choose and design working and living environments for yourself and support and facilitate the outcomes you intend to achieve. For example, if you're trying to reduce your alcohol consumption, you must, this is pretty spot on, spend less time around people who consume alcohol. Spend less time in social environments that promote alcohol consumption. Because if you don't, your willpower will eventually collapse. One more drink won't hurt, right? Wrong. You need to set clear boundaries, commit, and then reconfigure your environment to make the achievement of your commitment possible. Yeah, this is why I support groups. A bunch of people who want to drink, they get together to talk about not drinking, but they all really want to drink. Are these the people? Shouldn't they just move to Utah? Like, the people from AA, just move to Utah, where you can't really, in the state of Utah with the Mormons, and basically it's prohibition still going on over there. You can't buy anything that legally, because everything is sold through the state, which is hilarious because it's basically like Mormon Sharia law over there, that will get you shit-faced. So wouldn't you want to be, if you're trying to quit, like seriously trying to quit, should you hang out with a bunch of people who also want to drink just like you, or move to some place where it's just not possible? Saudi Arabia, move to Saudi Arabia. Let's think about some other common examples. If you want to lose weight, your best bet is to spend more time in healthy environments with people who eat healthy and exercise on a regular basis. Duh. If you want to become a paid professional comedian, a goal one of our Getting Back to Happy course students recently achieved, your best bet is to surround yourself with professional comedians, do local gigs together, share experiences, and orient your living and working environment to that goal. Yeah, because otherwise, HR. Come on. If you want to overcome your struggles and live a happier life, your best bet is to spend more time communicating with people who share the same intentions. This can be achieved through local support groups, personal growth conferences, or online via courses, supportive communities. Okay, let's go to number 2. We keep trying to achieve success exactly as others have defined it. Yeah, I have known several of these people as well. The ones who, they don't like where you're aiming in life and they just completely degrade you, and because you're not trying to be like them. For example, I used to work with this charge nurse, okay? Somebody who moved up the ladder and was clearly fucking miserable in her own life. So, of course, the conversations were going, and there was one day where I made the mistake of admitting that, well, out of all the things that I kind of want to do with my life, I really just want to be a writer. In which case she's like, oh, my ex-husband, blah, blah, blah. That's why he's my ex. Yeah. It's like, you're still a bitchy charge nurse. Maybe he's the one that got the better end of the deal. However, she also, like, it didn't matter who, like, this was a conversation between me and her, but it didn't matter who she had the conversation with. If you weren't in nursing, going to college for nursing, or moving up the ladder at the hospital in nursing, then it didn't make sense to her, and she thought you were an idiot and fucking stupid. This is what we call a bitch. So, when I was growing up, there was mostly quiet, yet unanimously agreed upon definition of what success looked like to my family. Although it was rarely discussed openly, it was implied through various conversations and decisions I was directly or indirectly included in. All of my immediate and extended family members were in one of 2 groups: college educated with comfortable salary jobs at a large corporation. How's that working out for you now? Blue collar worker who diligently worked his or her way up the corporate ladder at a large corporation. That's not a thing anymore. The major commonality being a steady paycheck from an established corporation. That is the implicitly agreed upon definition of success in my family, and by that definition, I was a failure and still am. Congratulations, you've joined the club. I earned a college degree, but I opted to hop between several small startup companies out of college instead. My paychecks were low and stability at my work was inconsistent at best. But I was learning. Then a few years down the road, amidst a landslide of personal tragedies, I quit my day job to focus full-time on a side project called Mark and Angel Hack Life. You may have heard of it. I do believe that is the website that this article is being published on. That Mark and I had been gradually developing and supporting on nights and weekends. Needless to say, my family is very skeptical of my evolving career path and decisions. At some point, however, I realized I had to give up my family's definition of success, and I had to give up everyone else's definition of success too. Good for you. Let's just go to number 3 already. An awful lot to say about that one. I understand. Number 3, we keep waiting to find passion somewhere outside of ourselves. I'm just not inspired to write, man. You're a pussy. Suck it up. Learn to believe in your heart that you're meant to live each day full of passion and purpose. No, you're not. No, you're not. That each and every moment is worthy in its own way. And remind yourself that passion is not something you find in life, it's something you do. Okay? When you want to find passion and inner strength needed to change your situation, you have to push yourself to step forward. Many of us still hopelessly trying to find our passion, something that we believe will lead us closer to happiness, success, or the life situation we ultimately want. And I say hopelessly primarily because passion can't really be found. When we say we're trying to find our passion, it implies that our passion is somehow hiding behind a tree or under a rock somewhere. No, there's just some people that's all they primarily do is just look and look and look and look, and it's not in this person, and it's not in that thing, and I don't know why I can't find it, and blah, blah, blah. And really, they're just not happy with themselves. When was the last time you sat down and had a conversation with someone nearby with zero distractions and 100% focus? When was the last time you exercised and put every bit of effort you could muster into it? Okay, I'm still not finding anything here. When was the last time you truly tried to do your very best? Okay. So yeah, it goes on and on and on. Now it's your turn. But oh, so that is basically the end of the article. I mean, there's more here. Now it's your turn. Yes, it's your turn to practice paying attention to the beauty and practicality of living a more intentional life with passion and purpose in healthy environments. I understand where they're coming from here. So I don't know too much about this website. They have a ton of comments down here. And I'm wondering, now I'd like to actually go and, there's no internet here. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to save this one and go back to this website at a later time, because they've got Mark and Angel Hack Life. So basically it's this couple. Can I assume that they're a couple? I mean, it's a guy and a girl. They have a website together. They're I'm thinking they're a thing, right? So what is the guy's name? Is it Mark Chernoff? I don't know. So they've got a blog. They're about events, books. Is it their books? Is it other people's books? I'm curious. They have a podcast, Getting Back to Happy. Okay. I don't know. I'm going to have to check this out. Subscribe for a free newsletter, blah, blah, blah. Basically, they want to sell your information, which automatically makes them a bunch of assholes in my part. But anyways, so Mark and Angel Hack Life, and Mark is with a C instead of a K. Makes things difficult. But that is their article here. I agree with the first two. The last one was kind of out there for me. The keep waiting to find our passion. That's most people. And a lot of people don't even bother looking. Let's be honest here. So let me know your thoughts. Was this eye-opening? Was it not? Was it just kind of like, yeah, that's kind of a given truth? Anyways, keep on typing.